guys, I'm Gregorio with Dulce Vida. Welcome.
Hey guys, my name is Hernández with the Small Business Adventures channel. Today we're doing our first video and our first guest, and I'd like to introduce Gregorio to you guys from Dulce Vida. He is actually a friend and a client, and not only that, but he's actually a Hispanic business owner that has a very compelling story to tell. So let's take it away. Greg, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Thank you, Edgar. My name is Gregorio. I'm owner at Dulce Vida Juice Bar here in Hanover Park. This is actually our second location. Our first location, it's located in Melrose Park, which is not that far from here. We are a very, local, independent business. So yeah.
How long have you actually been in Hanover Park for?
We've been here 7 years now.
7 years. And what about the Melrose Park location?
10 years.
10 years? Wow, that's crazy. So that, talking about that, how did you start this business?
So to be honest, I started Dulce Vida because of my health issues that I had in the past. So that's how I started juicing for myself, and I ended up with a beautiful, delicious menu that are now part of the recipes here in the menu. So.
Did you start in your kitchen?
In my kitchen. Everything started in the kitchen.
Did it get messy?
At home, so yes, very messy to be honest. Yeah.
Who did you sample your juices to?
To Jorge, which is my business partner as well. Yeah. So I used to, chop, peel, and press the juices, and I was like, here, here, Jorge, try it out.
Which is not an easy job, just so you guys know.
It takes a little bit of time on washing, prepping, cutting, juicing, and then cleaning. So yes.
And I've actually seen Greg do this live for one of his customers. It's a couple, right, who actually, they order a certain cleanse. And I saw it. I mean, this is something that takes time. It takes dedication, and you got to know what you're doing.
Well, to be honest, I'm a very hands-on type of guy. I like taking care of the customers personally, because I want to know, their needs that they have. That way I can recommend my products, my juices, or whatever it's available on the menu, because we have vegan, vegetarians, allergy type of persons that we want to know, their needs. So
that's great.
Yeah.
So I think when you and they have a pretty nice size menu that Gregorio actually offers, and one of the things is I think you guys really thought about everyone. Not only did you think about people who consume meat, but you also thought about the vegans, the people who have lactose intolerant.
That is correct. We're actually working on going 100% organic.
Wow.
At this point, we are about 80-85%. But because we are always tending to go with the flow of the needs of the customers, seasonal product, things like that. So yeah, that's our future, thing, 100% organic, and hopefully we'll do that very soon.
Yeah, very soon to come. And Greg, what motivates you? Like, what's something that that motivated you to essentially, not only from your personal health, but was there an opportunity that you saw? Is there something that did you like study the market? Did you see, hey, you know what, there isn't a juice bar around this area, to essentially establish this? Like, what motivated you to essentially get this going besides obviously your personal health?
Right. Well, to be honest, we are the only juice bar located here in Hanover Park.
Wow.
So that's why we decided to open here, because our mission is to educate our community about healthy eating, having a healthy lifestyle, and things like that. So that's why we decided to open here in Hanover Park, because our job is to bring the message out on how to eat clean, eat healthy, and to be very healthy as well. So yeah.
And correct me if I'm wrong, Greg, but this is a lifestyle, right?
Yes, it's a lifestyle, and little by little you get used to that lifestyle, and it's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, it is a beautiful thing when you can take care of yourself, you can live healthy, and you can have the energy to do the things you want to do. So with my second question, I think that we're probably going to drive it a little bit more personal. In a business perspective and in a personal perspective, what are some of the hardships that you went through on this journey, on this Dulce Vida journey, that you had to go through? Is there a particular moment, I don't know if when you opened, maybe when you opened your doors, you weren't getting a lot of customers, that you maybe wanted to throw the towel, or maybe something happened with a customer that might have, was there something like that?
Yes, we actually had issues, difficulties on when we started, getting all this going. But number one was on where to start, who to ask.
Yeah.
So that's a big thing. It was a big thing for us on where to start getting all your questions, asked, or answered, because it's very difficult on start your business, but you don't know where to start. That's number one, and then two, I think the financial part, the funds on building your concept, your business. I think that's number two for us.
And let me ask you this, Greg. With these questions and answers, did you kind of just learn them as you kind of went, and you experienced it? So was it through like trials and tribulations, if you will?
We're still learning as we go, because we just don't stop learning, new things every day. We're still learning on make the concept so much better, the menu so much better. Once again, because we always go with the flow of the needs that the customer, have.
So as you kind of are going through this journey, obviously one of the hardships is to essentially how to keep the customer happy. Do you? And I know that, and I've seen Greg do this a lot, but I want you guys to hear it from Greg. Do you essentially, do you ever just, come into the shop, essentially take care of your clients and ask them like, what could we do better to essentially, provide a better product and service?
Yeah. Me personally, I like talking to the customers. I like building their own recipes, or whatever they have in mind or need for their own health, related issues that they might have. So yeah, we like I said, I'm a very hands-on type of guy. I like taking care of my customers personally. I think that's what the customers like about being a small business owner nowadays. That they like that presence of the owner of the business taking care of them personally.
So basically, essentially being personable, being someone that they can come into the store and they know that 9 times out of 10 you'll be here to essentially take care of them, help them, and essentially, really get to know their health benefits, right?
That is correct. Yes.
Yeah. So and again, and another thing that I want to ask you is, obviously being a Hispanic business owner, has there been any challenges that you've faced, as a Hispanic business owner, opening your business and throughout the journey?
Yes. Like I said, I think that we had this complicated situations where, when we started the business, like we didn't know on how to market our business, our concept. We didn't know about social media the way we do now.
Yeah.
So I think that was like the big thing for us back then on how to market your business, your concept.
And then Greg, so now that you've touched on that point, what have you done? Like what helped you kind of essentially conquer that area, essentially the marketing portion? Because that is true. A lot of Hispanic, business owners don't essentially know how to market themselves and use social media as a marketing play. So what did you do? Did you just kind of start playing around, experimenting? What did you do?
We are learning as we go. We started, listing our business on different platforms on online, social media and things like that. So, and besides that, I think the powerful, the biggest thing is the word of mouth that our customers are bringing to everybody else out there.
Because correct me if I'm wrong, Greg, but really what it's about is it's not only offering good customer service, but also having a great product, right? And you need to have both of those to have that effect, right? That effect on your customer, where not only they're a customer, but they're a client. That's a relationship you build, right?
You build it's like a family.
Yeah.
You know each other. You know them by their names, and that makes them feel more welcome, and they appreciate the service and the product at the same time,
Yeah, and I think not only that, but I think probably being Hispanic probably throws a little bit of spice in there, right?
Yes, it's funny because we offered juices with cactus and radishes and cilantro and jalapenos and things like that many people don't know the benefits of those ingredients in the juice. So this is where we come out and explain and educate, the customer about the benefits,
And for all my Hispanic brothers out there and compas, as we know, cilantro is a very popular item that I think that you've given it a different, not only on tacos, but I think you've given it a different point of view and have incorporated, again, some of those Mexican elements into your recipes, but to see a health benefit out of them.
Correct. Well, the main idea here is to always bring our roots, our background with us into the menu as well. So I think this is where my Mexican roots are present, on the menu, using those ingredients that I just mentioned. So and that's what makes us unique on our recipes,
Yeah, and I think that's one of the things that I think I love about this place is the fact that, and I think that's probably even a business secret, right? It's probably incorporating something a little bit about your heritage and traditions into what you're doing, right? Do something, but do it differently, right?
Yeah, here at Dulce Vida, not just my roots, my background, my Mexican ingredients are gonna be in our menu, but you'll find a little bit of everything: India, Ecuador, Peru, Chile. Roots that are not so common in our Latino communities. Yeah. You'll find it here, like turmeric, like matcha, things like that are not so familiar. We have them here.
And you and Greg, you make them familiar to your clients because again, it's something that it's a different style of juicing, but something that's available to everybody. And actually, one of the things you probably notice is when you come in here, you probably notice the colors on the wall. It's probably like I think one time you mentioned to me, it's for the jalapenos, right? The green and
we're trying to make it fun, vibrant with the colors. To make you feel energized, when you're here.
I definitely feel energized.
So yeah, that's the main goal about the colors, to make a more happy, vibrant type of juice bar. And they go along with the jalapenos and the spinach and the parsley. So yeah.
And actually, now we're talking about the store and the business. Obviously, during 2020, we unfortunately were faced with a very hardship year, because of COVID and the pandemic, and really a worldwide effect. As a business owner, what did you do differently to essentially still, having your doors closed? What strategies did you use to essentially still deliver this product to your clients?
Well, first of all, because of COVID, I think people were looking for a healthier alternative, unhealthy items, drinks and smoothies, salads and things like that, while being at home, because of COVID. Yeah. So I think that help us a lot. And the only different thing that we adjust into our business is the delivery platforms. We created a bundle of products, 6 packs of shots, 6 packs of juices, to bring it at home, make it easier for you to drink and consume at the same time. So I think that's the only thing that we adjusted here at the concept, at the juice bar, creating a bundle of products for delivery purposes.
But those bundles of products were actually pretty successful, right?
Yes, we actually created these bundles of products that are well known, that are favorites in our community. So, but at a more affordable price, and that actually helped a lot.
Yeah. So what essentially Greg did is he essentially studied his client base. What were the most popular items? He essentially created a bundle to reduce cost. Essentially, only buy the necessary ingredients that you needed to provide to these clients. Because unfortunately, since there wasn't a lot of people coming in, you didn't want a lot of your inventory to spoil.
Correct.
So what you did is you reduced cost at a better price to still deliver the same health benefit.
That is correct, yes. That's the only difference that we did, yes.
And actually, that actually seemed to be very, very healthy for you. The other thing that I wanted to actually ask you, and I think this is probably going to be the most important thing that I want you to share is, obviously you haven't made it here to where you are today at this point of the journey without doing something that sets you apart from your competition or from your typical entrepreneur. So what have you done differently, right? And this is advice that you could share with our audience and people watching this for our small business owner. If that's, a future entrepreneur, if that's just, one of our Hispanic brothers, what have you done, or for anyone watching on this audience, what have you done to essentially give you that success? What do you use? What methods do you use or practice to give you the success you have today?
Well, in my personal case, I recommend try and get the most experience possible, depending on the type of concept or business that you want to do. Try to get the most out of experience that you might want to incorporate into your business. So yes, number one, it's get as much as experience possible, and then two, save your money. Save your money to create and start your business. I think for me personally, I think that was one of the big things that I didn't have much money to start the business, but little by little you start building and creating your concept the way you dreamed of.
Yeah. So I think it's really being patient and learning how to administrate your money correctly, because I think probably the first couple years, the first 3 years of business is probably established, is probably where you have to make probably the biggest sacrifices and changes.
Yes, it's a little bit of it makes you feel nervous because you just don't know what to expect after you open the business. But for me personally, I think that the most important part is to maintain that business open and keep it running at the same time. So I think that's the hardest part.
And I think Gregorio, you're right. I think that's probably one of the most difficult things is essentially getting the experience you need, to run a good concept like this, so that way you know what you're doing. And then second of all is to essentially administrate your money, so that way you can actually invest into your business and continue to invest in your business. But by any chance, is there anything else besides these 5 questions that you want to share with us? Anything that you feel is important for our audience to know? Anything that, maybe you might have a new recipe or something, I don't know, something that might be special? Or something they might not know about you?
Well, if you want to do a small business, and if you want to be a small business owner, like I said before, try juicing at home first. Like in my case, try making tacos at home or whatever the concept might be. Try it first at home. Give it to your friends, your family members, and have them try them out. Have an honest opinion, and then from there, you know exactly what it's gonna take to create that product. So that's what I did, and that's what helped me a lot. And one thing that you might not know is I'm more type of person that likes to help other people, creating menu, the concept of their business. I have friends that are in Florida and Wisconsin that have a similar concept that Dulce Vida. But with their own ideas, their own concept, or recipes, but with my help. So that's something that a lot of people don't know. So if you need help, come look for me.
So actually, Greg actually offers consulting services. And I think one of the things that you guys probably don't know is that during the summer, you and Jorge actually have un carrito de paletas or a popsicle cart that you guys actually are able to rent for certain events or whatever it may be, right?
Yes, that is correct. Our first location is actually a neveria, paleteria concept, but we also featured a small juice bar inside as well. So in the Melrose Park location during the summertime, our paleta cart, we call it, ice cream push cart, is very, very popular during the summer months. Which it's so fun, kids love it, and it's so refreshing at the same time.
It is, it really is. And actually, lucky for you guys, we both are actually going to be at the Hanover Park car show for not only cars but also motorcycles. And Greg, you actually will have a stand there where he will be selling his Dulce Vida paletas that are delicious, and aguas frescas, right?
Yes, we're going to be having aguas frescas, like a traditional Mexican style aguas frescas, and then the paleta cart with different flavors that are 100% homemade, fresh fruit as well. August 1st.
And I believe noon to 4, right? Noon to 4 at the metro station. You know, by any chance, if you guys just want to stop by, you know, just ask a couple questions or simply just want to try the product, please stop by. And again, Greg, thank you so much for having me here today. It's been a blessing. And, you know, guys, I want to say thank you guys for listening. And this is our first episode, more to come. But please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Thank you so much. Hope you guys have a great day and enjoy.
Hasta luego.